morning. All I can think of is yips right now. So today, as I got ready to tell you a little bit about myself, I thought about all the things that I could share with you. And I kind of went through a litany of saying, you know, I could tell you about my professional career and, you know, what is a director of special projects. I could tell you a little bit about some of the businesses I own. I could tell you about my children who range from 18 to 30. But as I contemplated, you know, all the speeches that I've heard and introductions of people, I kind of sat back a little bit and said, they were great, they were interesting, but a little while later I didn't remember necessarily what people had communicated. So I challenged myself and I said, you know, what can I share with you guys that would maybe make a difference or maybe make an impact? So I went on this journey and said, okay, well, what makes me tick? What is it that I am passionate about? And so I have this challenge for you as well today. At the end of the day, I challenge each of you to also think about why you do what you do. So for me, my story is one in which what I'm passionate about is trying to help people understand how to be financially aware and be prepared to be financially self-sustaining. Now, I had a whole lot of other words that I had written on this piece of paper here, but in a nutshell, you know, I've kind of come to this through a lot of introspection of what's formed things in my life that have made me kind of have this as something that I think about every day. And I don't know if all of you realize, but 7 out of 10 Americans today have less than $1,000 in the bank. Now that may not be in this room, but many people struggle day to day to, you know, have a backup of finances. People who are retiring today, only you know, 1 in 3 people have any really retirement savings, 401ks. You know, maybe they've got $25,000 in the bank. So our challenge as a community and as a nation is to be able to be better prepared and more for the financial challenges in our life, because it really only takes one event for people to go from feeling pretty good to feeling pretty bad. I don't know, many of you have had some experiences, and I have as well, where, you know, you've lost a job or you have just had some kind of a tragedy. Maybe your child was sick, maybe, you know, just something happened in your life. And, you know, you kind of woke up and said, well, gee, how am I going to do that the next day? And I think as a nation, we're not really prepared anymore for how to be financially secure. So for me, the reason I kind of talk about this and know about this just a little bit and why I think it's formed me is I've had my own experiences with that. I have, as I mentioned, 4 children. I am not any different than many of you in this room today. I, you know, have experienced a job loss before. I've experienced a divorce. And I've had a lot of different things happen in my life. And I remember one day sitting in the living room just after I had lost one of these jobs, and I've got 4 kids at home, and it's 9/11, and I'm sitting here thinking, okay, now what? You know, how am I going to put food on the table for my kids tomorrow? So, long story short, I have been very fortunate in my life and have had a lot of great experiences with learning new tools and new tricks, and I have decided that one of the things that is of interest to me is to do what I can to pass that type of information along to others and help them to be more financially aware. So, and give them ideas and tips and tools that they can use use to be more prepared in life. So my challenge to you today is to think about how you know, what is it that makes you tick, and how can you help others with the things that you do know or the things that you have learned